foundations, but for TBSN, they do it all at the same time. Okay, so you're going to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ATI exams in your nursing school career. And then you have to get at least a 2 to pass the exam. If you get a 1, you will have a chance to retake. And if you still don't pass the test, I think you have to take a break. That's a nice way of saying take a break. Okay, I don't want to say anything like drop out or anything, because you can come back. Okay, so I would really recommend you to do well on the first time. Don't think, oh, I can wing this. No, you can't, because I've tried it. I mean, actually, it kind of worked for me, but I was like on the borderline. Okay, so for this semester, you will be taking the Foundations ATI, and I would say it was the hardest one for me. Yeah.
It's usually the hardest one across the board. If you ask a lot of nursing students, a lot of them say that Foundations was the hardest ATI exam.
Yeah, so you don't have to get like a 90 or 95 to pass, but you have to get at least like a 65. The percentage is different for every test. If the exam's easier, like mental health, then you have to get at least like
An 85 to get a 3. And then
Yeah.
it's like a 70 or 60 to get a 2.
Yeah.
So you can Google them, you can Google what percentages you need, but you just need a 2. You need a 2 to pass. And every professor will weight it differently, so it will affect your course grade, depending on what grade you get on the ATI exam.
Okay, so to prepare for the ATI exam, there is actually a quiz bank that you can do. So, can we all get on ATI? Does everyone remember their password?
I think so.
I want to do this to all of you guys because my pals leader didn't do that for me, and I don't know, I guess I was kind of like high like second half of the semester, so I was like, oh, I can do everything I want. And then I realized I did the wrong question bank the night before the test.
Oh.
So yeah, I didn't sleep, and then I just studied for 8 hours straight, and then I passed. So I don't want that to happen to any of you guys. Okay?
Actually blows.
Everyone still remember their password because I didn't remember mine. Okay, like I'll give this guy like a minute.
Sorry for the flicking. It's a picture. She said it's cute, but I'm like flicking the thing.
Okay, are we good? 10 more seconds.
Asking me to agree to all these things. Yeah, just say
Good?
agree.
Okay, so once you get on the home page, you're gonna go to My ATI at the top. And then you're gonna go to Assessment, right here, right next to Learn. And then you will see this little square here that says Dynamic Quizzing. Click on Quizzes. And here you see the dynamic quizzes. This is 1. Click on that. And then click on quizzes and assignments. So it's going to take you to the quiz bank for ATI. I'm sorry, guys, don't look at my 70s. Okay. Okay, so this is like the entire ATI question bank. But since you'll be only taking the fundamental ATI test, you only want to pick questions that are related to fundamentals, okay? So to do that, you're going to click on New Custom Quiz, and then you can click on Test or Adaptive, doesn't really matter. But here, you see Select Subjects. I want you to clear it, and then click on Fundamentals. So for your ATI exam in July, August, I don't remember the dates, but for fundamentals, you're going to use these 400 questions to prepare for yourself. Okay? if you don't click clear, it's gonna give you the 2,000 questions, and that's what I did. Okay, yeah. I don't remember. I think it's like,
The first one is the second
Yeah.
Thursday of class.
probably
Wait,
August.
what? The second day of class?
What?
We have a, I think, is the math dosage one, is it on here?
Oh, no.
No?
I mean, you can use ATI as a reference for the math quiz, but I'm assuming everyone knows how to do math. It's not hard. Everyone will pass, right? We have the tutors, they can help with that. And I mean, if you don't pass like for the first time, I think when you retake the quiz, you only have to do the questions that you miss. So it's not like you take it one more time. But I mean, that really depends on your instructor. My instructor was pretty nice. I mean, I didn't fail, but like,
Yeah, your ATI, the date of it should be on your calendar.
yeah. I remember it was like the last test for 5th semester, so after that test, I just went home and I slept for like 15 hours. But yeah, so guys, click on clear and then click on fundamentals. I want everyone to know that, okay? Because I click on like all the categories, and I was like, okay, I have never seen this in my class. Maybe I'm just smart. And then the night before, I realized, wait, maybe I'm doing this wrong, right? So I don't want that to happen to any of you guys.
So you can change the number of questions you have. Yes. It's similar. So your ATI exam is very similar to what you're gonna see on the quiz bank. So I really recommend doing this. You can change the number of questions you have, so 10 or 25. I accidentally did 200 once, that was not fun. But you can also change the quiz mode. So I personally really like study, because when you answer the question, it gives you the rationale for each answer choice. So when you're taking these dynamic quizzes, you have to try and understand what ATI's logic is. What you learn in lecture may differ from what you will see on ATI. What you learn in lecture, that's for lecture. What you see in ATI, that's for ATI. So you kind of have to like split your brain into both lecture and ATI.
Okay, so this is a sample question. I think it's B. I don't know. It's been a while. Oh, okay. Apparently it's not B. I don't know what it is. Okay, so we're gonna click on review question. And then you can see like how many people get it right or get it hard. Apparently I'm one of the 14%. And it's a hard question, so I forgive myself. Right? So, glossal. What is it? Oh, 8? Oh, 12? Okay. Oh, I don't know. Okay. So, the thing is, while you're doing these practice questions, please don't just do the practice question. Also read the rationales, because that could be like your test question. Okay, yeah, question?
Okay, so when we check the fundamentals block and we're answering those questions, that's for the content mastery exam at the end of the course.
Yes.
So, but we also have a critical thinking and then a math one. Are there options to practice on that on ATI as well?
No, I don't think you have practice questions on that, but that one is like a completion grade.
Pretty, okay.
Oh, the critical thinking assessment, that has nothing to do with nursing. Absolutely nothing. It's like random questions, that's just a completion grade.
Okay.
So I asked Peterson when I was gonna take it, and I was like, oh, do I have to study? She said, no, don't study for that. It's like, don't study. It's just a completion grade. So that one, don't worry about it.
I got like a 64 or something.
I got like a 75, it didn't matter. Because
She didn't even say that, but.
But yeah, that one, don't worry about that one. You don't have to study. But we will be having PALs for foundations. I'm one of the PALs leaders for foundations. I got a 3 on my foundations exam, which I don't know how I did that. I read the whole book. So you have a book. I read the whole book, and I also did this, but I also knew some people who got a 2 and only did the questions and did just fine. I will go more in depth once, if you do attend those PAL sessions for foundations. But we just wanted to show you this because we want you to start now. A lot of people fail it because they start like the week before. And that's just, it could work, like her, but majority of us are not super smart like Jenna, so like we need time. So, yeah, I would say like from cohort to cohort, both TBSN and ABSN, this one has like the highest retake percentages because it's hard. And it's also your first ATI, so it's gonna be a little bit harder for y'all. So, does anyone have any questions for us right now about ATI? Yes.
Just to confirm, this is just to help us. We don't get like graded, or we don't have to do this.
Yeah, you don't have to do this. It does not affect your grade. It's just a good way to study.
For associate
That's okay.
I mean, it's on there, and I don't.
Is that the same as foundations? Professional?
No, it's just contractors in here, for you.
Nah. I do
Oh.
minimum, guys.
I know, but like the books that you had to get, the box of books for the ATI thing, it's those books.
Yes. So yeah, so those books.
Yeah, but professional, it's like.
Yeah, for those books, those are the books that you can use to study for ATI. So there's chapters for concepts.
It's like on our like week to do thing.
Oh no, I never did those.
But is it helpful for the ATI exams? I never did.
Reading the books for me helped, but I know for a lot of people they're like there's no time. I feel like for y'all there's like literally no time.
Yeah.
So I recommend just doing this. This is sufficient enough, in my opinion. If you're confused about something, I recommend going back into the book and reading the chapter. They also have practice questions at the end of each chapter that I find really helpful. But in terms of time, I think just doing these are fine. You could do like 20 a day. I think you should be fine.
Yeah, so start early, guys. That's the biggest takeaway.
Don't wait.
I feel like my cohort is pretty strong. It's like one of the strongest ABSN class. Yeah, but a lot of people kind of fail because they
Yeah,
didn't
just
start
like that
early.
is.
So I'll say like start like